In the depths of the Giza Desert, along the banks of the Nile, thousands of years ago, a great civilization rose, a civilization whose monumental creations still stand today, as silent witnesses to its power and its mystery. The greatest of them all, the Pyramids of Giza. But here is the question: were they truly built as tombs, as modern archaeology suggests? Or does their precision, their scale, and their complexity point to something else entirely? For centuries, we've been told that the pyramids were built as tombs for kings. But the deeper we look, the more the story begins to unravel, because something doesn't quite add up. Start with this: the absence of funerary texts and inscriptions. Inside the 6 greatest pyramids of Egypt, there is nothing. No carvings, no hieroglyphs, no traces of royal burial traditions. Not in the pyramids of Giza, Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure. Not in Dahshur, the Red Pyramid, or the Bent Pyramid. Not even in Meidum. And this is where the mystery deepens, because writing had already existed for centuries. We see it clearly in the Narmer palette from the First Dynasty, and in the intricate wooden panels of Hesi-Ra, along with the richly decorated tomb walls of the Fourth Dynasty. Evidence that the ancient Egyptians were more than capable of leaving messages for eternity. And yet, across more than 100 pyramids in Egypt, the vast majority remain completely devoid of inscriptions or funerary texts. Only a small number of later, smaller pyramids, beginning with Unas, the last king of the 5th dynasty, and continuing with Teti of the 6th dynasty, finally break this silence. But perhaps the most troubling question of all is this: where are the kings? If the pyramids were truly built as tombs for the rulers of ancient Egypt, then where are the royal mummies they were meant to protect? Because in the Valley of the Kings, the answer is unmistakable. A vast royal necropolis used during the New Kingdom, from the 18th to the 20th dynasty, where the tombs of pharaohs were carved deep into the rock. There, the mummies of kings were found, including Tutankhamun, Ramesses II, Seti I, Thutmose III, and Ramesses VI, tombs filled with bodies, treasures, and elaborate inscriptions guiding the king into the afterlife. But inside the pyramids, across more than 100 pyramids throughout Egypt, not a single confirmed royal mummy has ever been found in its original resting place. Even leading Egyptologists, including Mark Lehner, acknowledge this absence. Even early explorers faced this mystery. In the 19th century, when the British explorer Howard Vyse entered the Pyramid of Menkaure, he did not find the king. Instead, he discovered a mummy, later identified as belonging to the 26th dynasty. And in 1818, when the Italian explorer Giovanni Belzoni entered the Pyramid of Khafre, he found a granite sarcophagus containing fragments of bone, which, after being sent to England for examination, were said to belong not to a human, but to a bull. Near Saqqara, around the Step Pyramid of Djoser, nearly 60 mummies were discovered, but all of them dating to the much later Ptolemaic period, suggesting that these pyramids may have been reused as burial sites long after their original construction. Then, in 1954, Egyptian archaeologist Zakaria Gonaim entered the Pyramid of Sekhemkhet, a ruler of the 3rd dynasty, and uncovered a sealed alabaster sarcophagus, completely untouched, When it was opened for the first time, it was empty. No body, no burial, nothing at all. And beneath the Saqqara Plateau lies the Serapeum, a vast underground complex of tunnels and chambers carved deep into the bedrock. It consists of two main galleries, a larger hall containing 24 massive stone sarcophagi, each weighing between 70 and 100 tons. Discovered in 1851 by the French archaeologist Auguste Mariette. Most of these coffins were found open and completely empty. Only one remained sealed until it was forced open with explosives. It too was empty. Yet, in a smaller chamber nearby, a different discovery was made. The mummy of Khufu, the son of Ramesses II, along with a golden mask and funerary treasures, including amulets and necklaces of gold, which suggests that the site had not been looted in the way we might expect. So the question becomes, if these massive stone coffins were built by their original creators for burial, then why were they left empty? And were they ever meant to hold the dead at all? And then there is Sneferu, the founder of the 4th dynasty, a king who built not one, but 3 pyramids: the Bent Pyramid, the Red Pyramid, and the Pyramid of Meidum, each containing internal chambers, designed as burial spaces. The Bent Pyramid, with 2 separate burial chambers. The Red Pyramid, with 3 chambers, reached through a descending passage over 60 meters long, at an angle of 26 degrees, leading to 2 chambers. And finally, the burial chamber itself, accessible through a narrow passage rising nearly 8 meters high. The main entrance, positioned high above the ground, around 28 meters, a design that would make any attempt at theft extremely difficult, if not impossible. And yet, no mummy of Sneferu has ever been found in any of these pyramids. No royal sarcophagus, clearly attributed to him, has ever been discovered inside them. Curiously, a massive stone sarcophagus was found instead, in Mastaba 17, near the Pyramid of Meidum, which raises another question. If removing such enormous sarcophagi from within these pyramids would have been so complex, then how were they taken while a nearby mastaba remained undisturbed? Beyond the mystery of missing mummies, there is another question, one that may be even more difficult to explain: the precision and complexity of the construction itself. The Great Pyramid of Giza is built from approximately 2.3 million blocks of stone, most weighing between 2 and 3 tons, with some reaching 10, even 15 tons. The outer casing stones, made of fine white limestone, were transported from the quarries of Tura across the Nile over distances of 10 to 15 kilometers, cut, polished, and fitted together with extraordinary precision. In many cases, the gaps between the stones are less than a millimeter, without the use of mortar. And then there is the king's chamber, constructed from massive blocks of red granite, transported from Aswan, over 800 kilometers away, each block weighing between 50 and 70 tons, raised to a height of nearly 40 meters inside the heart of the pyramid. For comparison, during the relocation of the Abu Simbel temples in the 1960s, modern engineering, with cranes and heavy machinery, typically handled blocks of around 30 tons. Then there are the sarcophagi, carved from solid granite, inside the pyramids of Khufu and Khafre, shaped from a single piece, with remarkably smooth internal surfaces and near-perfect right angles. And finally, the internal passages. The descending passage of the Great Pyramid extends for 105 meters, with nearly 60 meters cut directly into the bedrock, maintaining a consistent angle of 26 degrees with astonishing accuracy. The ascending passage, leading to the upper chambers, stretches for 39 meters, aligned with precision, connecting seamlessly to the Grand Gallery and the Queen's Chamber. So the question is, how was this level of precision achieved on such a massive scale thousands of years ago? After everything we've explored, we are left with questions that still have no clear answers. If the pyramids were truly built as tombs, then where are the kings? How did the mummies disappear without a trace? Why are the greatest pyramids silent, devoid of inscriptions that were meant to guide the dead into the afterlife? And perhaps most importantly, how could a civilization capable of such extraordinary engineering precision fail to protect its most sacred burials? So we are forced to ask, what if the pyramids were never meant to be tombs at all? What if we have been looking at them the wrong way for centuries? Because if they were not built for the dead, then what were they built for? In the next chapter, we begin to explore a theory that challenges everything we think we know. If you want to wear the mystery, explore the official ANKH collection in the description below.